Today's video, we are going to learn how to simplify a fraction. So we really need to focus on the first step. So our first step is to find the greatest common factor other than 1. So our fraction is 12 over 30 in this case. We need to find the factors of 12, and we also need to find the factors of 30. So our factors for 12 are 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, and 12. And our factors for 30 are 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 10, 15, and 30. Now let me explain something. So notice how 12 and 30 have common factors that are the same, like 1 and 1, 2, 2, 3, 3. But notice how it says the greatest common factor, which is the biggest factor. So in this case, 6 is our greatest common factor. Okay, I want to point that out because sometimes there's some confusion about it. So our greatest common factor is going to be 6. Okay, I just want to make that clear because that is our greatest common factor. So now let's go ahead and reveal step number 2. Step number 2 is right here. Okay, so step number 2 is to divide the numerator and denominator by the greatest common factor. We can refer back to the first step because our greatest common factor is 6. Now we are going to divide by 6. Now we're dividing 6 from our numerator and from our denominator. Now we need to do 6 divided by 12, which is going to give us 2. And then we need to do the same thing to our denominator, 6 divided by 30, which is going to be 5. So now our new simplified fraction is going to be 2 over 5. Okay, and for you to, if you're a little bit confused on how we got 2 and 5, this is all we did. We did 6 times something equals 12, and we did 6 times something equals 30. 6 times 2 equals 12. 6 times 5 equals 30. So that's exactly how we got our numerator of 2 and how we got our denominator of 5. Okay, I hope that cleared any confusion. If you have any questions, you can leave questions in the comment section down below. So now let's go ahead and talk about our third step. So our third step is going to be revealed. And our third step is that's a typo. So is there another common factor other than 1? Other than 1. So factors, we need to find the factor of 2 and we need to find the factor of 5, just like we did in step 1. So the factors of 2 are 1 and 2. And the factors of 5 are 1 and 5. So in this case, the only common factor that I see that is the same is 1 and 1, which is not going to work because we need something other than 1. So now we are stuck with 2 and 5. Guess what that means? Our fraction is reduced to simplest form. You cannot reduce it anymore. Okay. So if there's any questions about step 1, 2, or 3, please ask your questions in the comment section down below. Okay, so now let's practice simplifying some fractions. So let's go ahead and start with this problem right here with my red arrow. So now we need to go ahead and make this fraction into simplest form. 3 over 6 is our fraction. We need to think what goes into 3 and 6. What is the greatest common factor? The greatest common factor is actually going to be 3. Okay, the greatest common factor is going to be 3. 3 divided by 3 is 1. 3 divided by 6 is 2. Our final answer for problem number 1 is 1/2, and that is simplified to lowest terms. Now let's go ahead and move on to our second fraction, 2/8. So we need to figure out what our greatest common factor is. What goes into 2 and 8? 2 goes into 2 and 8. 2 divided by 2 is 1 over 2 divided by 8 is going to be 4. So our final answer for problem number 2 is 1/4. Okay. And let's go ahead and work on our third fraction, which is right here, 8 over 12. 8 over 20, not 8 over 12. 8 over 20. So we need to figure out what is our greatest common factor that goes into 8 and 20. 4 is our greatest common factor. 4 times 2 makes 8. 4 divided by 8 equals 2. And then 4 divided by 20 equals 5. And we can check our answers. Our third answer is going to be 2 over 5. And we can also check our answers, which is the very cool part about simplifying fractions. So how we simplified the numerator and denominator is literally by doing 3 times what equals 3. 3 times 1, 3 times what equals 6. 3 times 2. That's how we got our new numerator, and this is how we got our new denominator. That's literally what we did. It's that simple. And then let's talk about problem number 2. 1 times what? 2 times what equals 2? 1. 2 times what equals 8? 4. That's exactly how we got our new numerator, and this is exactly how we got our new denominator. Last problem, number 3, let's go ahead and check it. 4 times what equals 8, and 4 times what equals 20. 4 times 2 equals 8, 4 times 5 equals 20. That's exactly how we got our new numerator and new denominator. If you have any questions about this, please ask in the comment section down below. If not, have a fantastic rest of your day.